Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I'm gonna be doing a update on my XYZ zombie deck since Hidden Arsenal 7 came out, and this guy, Lavalval Chain, came out, and he's really changed the way that I play this deck, and he's gonna make this deck a lot better for you guys who are also playing this deck. So I'm gonna show you a loop that you can do that's gonna be involving him and shooting Doji and Mizuki. That's gonna allow you to special summon 3 copies of this guy on one turn plus one other rank 4 exceed. Um, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I've switched up in my deck. So if you look at my deck profile that I've posted on my channel, I had a Pain Painter and a Plague Spreader zombie in the deck. I've taken those 2 cards out of the deck and replaced them with an additional copy of Summoner Monk and an additional copy of Shootin' Doji. All just so that this combo can go off a little faster and more often. And then also, seeing as both tuners are out of the deck, you can take out the Synchro monsters from your extra deck and add in more rank 4 exceeds. So I have added a Kachikochi Dragon to my extra deck. I've also added Abyss Dweller to fuck over those Mermels. And I think my extra deck, and then obviously the 3 copies of Lavalval Chain, and I think other than that my extra deck is still pretty close to what it was before. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what the combo is. So first of all, to do this combo, you're gonna be needing to have either Shootin' Doji or Blue-Blooded Oni in the graveyard, just one of them, and well, you're really gonna need 2, but if you have one of them in the graveyard and you have another way, like a zombie master, to chuck the other one into the graveyard, the combo is going to go off. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. Okay, so first we're going to put a Shootin' Doji in my graveyard there. And now, really, all that you're going to need to do if you have one of these in your hand, if you have a Summoner Monk in your hand, this combo is going to be pretty much ready to go. Actually, if you're using Summoner Monk, you're going to be needing another zombie type in the graveyard, so I'm going to be putting Goblin Zombie in there. He's not going to play a part in this, really. You're never going to special summon that Goblin Zombie. It's just that he's going to be needing to be in the graveyard so that he's a target for when you're going to be using Blue-Blooded Oni's effect, so that you can actually detach and special summon the same material. Anyway, so what you're going to do, Summoner Monk, discard any spell card for his effect. I'm just using MST here. Now you have Shootin' Doji in the graveyard, you're going to special summon Blue-Blooded Oni. But if you have Blue-Blooded Oni in the graveyard, you're going to special summon your Shootin' Doji instead. So whichever one's not in the graveyard out of the 2, that's the one that you're going to special summon from your deck. Okay, and then you're going to overlay these 2, make Lavalval Chain, use his effect, and with the effect, you're going to send your favorite zombie, Mizuki, into the graveyard. So right away, you're going to banish your Mizuki, and you're going to special summon your Blue-Blooded Oni. Okay, then you're going to use Blue-Blooded Oni's effect. And you're going to special summon Shootin' Doji from your graveyard. Okay. Now you use Shootin' Doji's effect. His second effect allows you to target one of your banished zombies and return it to the top of your deck. So you're going to return this banished Mizuki to the top of your deck. Then you're going to exceed. Second Lavalval Chain. Use his effect. Make sure you detach the Blue-Blooded Oni and not the Shootin' Doji for this. And then, again, you send your Mizuki from your deck to the graveyard. Now, basically, you're just going to repeat what you did last time. You're going to take this Mizuki, banish it, and use his effect to special summon Blue-Blooded Oni. Now you use Blue-Blooded Oni's effect, and this is where the other Goblin Zombie comes into play, or any other level 4 zombie type, is that if you don't have a zombie in your graveyard right now, since Summoner Monk is not a zombie, you can't actually activate Blue-Blooded Oni's effect unless there's another zombie in there. So that's why I have the Goblin Zombie in my graveyard. Can be Pyramid Turtle, can be whatever level 4 you want, as long as it's a zombie. So anyway, you go ahead, use his effect, and you special summon the Shootin' Doji. Same thing as last time, Shooting Doji's second effect activates. Then you exceed into your third Lavalval chain. Use Lavalval chain's effect. Again, detach the blue-blooded Oni and not the Shooting Doji to send your Mizuki to the graveyard again. You banish Mizuki. Special summon blue-blooded Oni. Use his effect to special summon. Now this time you actually don't need Shooting Doji, but I do suggest you use him because then at the end of this combo you will not only have 4 Exceeds on the field, you will also have a Shooting Doji on the top of your deck. So that's Mizuki on the top of your deck. So you use his effect, put that banished Mizuki back on top of your deck, and then you exceed for whatever rank 4 you want. I'm going to use Gemnite Pearl just because if you add this up right now, if your opponent has no monsters on the field, this is 8,000 damage, so it's an OTK. However, most of the time they are going to have a monster on the field. You're not going to be able to OTK with this all the time, but another good option I like to go is Kachikochi Dragon. They got a monster. He can attack the monster, use his effect to attack again, and then you're still going to have, this time you're going to have 7,500 life point damage if the monster was in defense mode. If the monster was in attack mode, you might actually OTK them. So this will still work. Anyway, so that's the combo. I'm going to show you with a couple different monsters in case you don't have Summoner Monk in your hand. Alright, so again, we are going to start with one of the two, either Blue-Blooded Oni or Shooting Doji in your graveyard. I'm going to use Blue-Blooded Oni this time just to show you that it really doesn't matter. Okay, so this time this is my hand here. Now for this one, since Summoner Monk specials from the deck, but Zombie Master only goes from your hand, from the graveyard, you're going to need the Shooting Doji in the graveyard, or in your hand. So I'm going to have him in my hand, but this also works if he's in your graveyard, as long as you have any other monster type or any other monster card in your hand that you can throw out. Okay, and this obviously can be Blue-Blooded Oni if the Shooting Doji is in the graveyard. So, normal summon, activate effect, discard, use effect. You can special summon either of them at this point, it doesn't matter. Exceed, Lavalval chain, effect. And his effect, you obviously target Mizuki, deck to the graveyard. Mizuki, you banish him. Make sure you summon your Blue-Blooded Oni. Blue-Blooded Oni effect. Summon your Shooting Doji. Now you use Shooting Doji's effect again. Put this Mizuki top of the deck. Then you exceed, Lavalval chain. Lavalval chain effect. Make sure you get rid of Blue-Blooded Oni and not the Shooting Doji to send Mizuki to the graveyard. Mizuki effect, banish him. Special. Blue-Blooded Oni effect, detach, special summon. Shooting Doji effect, put this on top of your deck. Exceed. Lavalval chain. Lavalval chain effect to send Mizuki to the graveyard. Mizuki effect, banish, special, your Blue-Blooded Oni. Blue-Blooded Oni effect, detach, special summon. Again, I recommend you special summon Shooting Doji, just so that you end the combo with a top decked Mizuki. So, Shooting Doji, just put that Mizuki on top of your deck. Then exceed, and again, you can go for whatever you want, Kachikochi Dragon, or Gemnite Pearl if your opponent has no monsters on the field, and then there you go. The only thing that I don't like about this combo is that Lavalval Chain is only 1800 attack, and it doesn't really get over big monsters, but it's really great when your opponent has no monsters on the field, or when they have something hiding in defense mode. So I really like this combo, and it happens so often. I mean, in my deck I am running 3 copies of Blue-Blooded Oni, 2 Shooting Dojis, and basically that's all you need is there's both of those in the graveyard and any way to make Lavalval Chain. That's how this combo is going to go off, and it's just stupid how many times you can do this. You can get this combo pretty much every game as long as the game lasts more than 2 or 3 turns. This has changed my deck so much, and all I've really done is replace 2 cards in the deck, but the way I play almost completely revolves around this now. I use this combo all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, the combos that I showed in my deck profile video, those all still work and are still good options, but this will happen quite often, and I urge you guys to learn how to do this combo. Practice it a few times before you take it into a duel, and then use it against your opponents. Again, you do need 3 Lavalval chains in order to do this. If you have 2, you're just going to end up like this, 2 Lavalval chains and 1 other exceed, but I mean, I definitely would recommend running 3 of them. Even if you can't pull this combo off, Lavalval chain is still great for this deck, as you can always send your zombies to the graveyard and it sets up your plays. Zombies are definitely a graveyard deck, so Lavalval chain is pretty much perfect for the deck, except for the fact that he's not dark or light or a zombie type, but other than that, his effect is just wonderful for this deck. So anyway, guys, if there's any other videos that you guys want me to show, if you want me to do updated deck profiles or anything else, just let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, definitely leave your comments. And I think next I'm going to be posting a deck profile of my Constellar deck. I've made a Constellar deck once Hidden Arsenal 7 came out, and I think I'll be putting that on YouTube sometime in the future. So thank you guys for watching. See ya.